Okay guys, firstly I want to do a shout out to those people that have subscribed to my channel, and also those people that has actually called me to make enquiries. Thank you very much. It's a motivation for me because it makes me understand that my videos actually works and it's not that boring compared to the other videos. Okay, so just a heads up, there's no script to my video. I'm just basically talking to you like how I talk to my friends or my customers. Okay, so today there's a very important topic. Is I want to share a few pointers that a lot of Singaporeans do not understand and do not know about this. Okay, and this is relating to your property and it's very important. Let's go. The first point, okay, repricing of bank loan. Okay, when I talk about repricing of bank loan, right, I'm not talking about refinancing. Okay, I'm not too sure if I'm using the correct terms, but as far as I know, it should be correct. Okay, so if you work in the bank, please correct me if the terms used is not correct. So refinancing is more like today I'm with A bank, then tomorrow I want to change to B bank. That's called refinancing. If I talk about repricing, meaning that today if I'm already with A bank and I'm on a interest rate now, which is like, let's say my interest rate is already 3.5%, so I want to do a repricing. Okay, when I do a repricing, I'll actually call the bank to reprice to the current promotion package that the bank have. Okay, so when I touch on this, right, it's like before you buy a property, right, when you sign a bank loan package, always check with the bank loan guys or your agents, right, whether there's a repricing option and whether the repricing option is free or there is a cost to it. Some of the repricing options, if I'm not wrong, there's a $300 charge or something, but some is free. Okay, so I got mine free, so it's very easy. For example, I got a floating rate for lock in 2 years. Lock in 2 years meaning that 2 years I cannot change. I cannot reprice, I cannot change bank. If I do it, there's a penalty to it. So lock in 2 years, then after 2 years I'll call the bank. I say, hey, hello, blah blah blank, can I do a repricing? What is your current rates now? Okay, then they will actually give me, like, for example, they have a rates now that is like lock in 2 years at, like, let's say 2.3. So I will say, oh, okay, so everything is on the phone once I do a repricing. So they will do a verification, they'll read me the contract and everything. So that's roughly the case. Okay, why do a repricing? Okay, the reason is very simple. When you get a bank loan, right, okay, this is a trick. If you watch my bank loan video, I think I touched on this. If you take a package that is like 2 years lock-in or 1 year lock-in or 3 years floating, something like this, you realize that the first few years is always very attractive. So the current interest rate now for 2019 at this moment when the video is uploaded is about 2.5, 2.4, 2.6. So this bank loan is at this amount. But you realize that they don't stay this amount forever. Some of the package is like 2.5 for 3 years. Then the number 4th year it will like 2.8, 2.9, and it will keep going up. So you're supposed to do a repricing once your lock-in period is out, because maybe on the 3rd year the interest rate is only like, let's say 2.6, but you're paying like 2.9. So you can actually call the bank to do a repricing. So you can reprice to the current promotion rate, right? Of course, if there's a lock-in period, then you're back to lock-in already. When you're back to lock-in, if you have a plan to sell, then that is a problem. But if you want to save on the interest rate, then you want to save more money, right? This is an important point to take note. Okay, so that is repricing your bank loan. Okay, that's it. Point number 2. Okay, this is a very interesting point. CPF and cash. Okay, so what's the point? The point is, today if you have enough cash, use your cash to pay for your mortgage loan. So while you use your cash to pay for your mortgage loan, okay, there is 2 things that will happen. One is when you sell your house, you take back cash. Okay, that is your property value keep going up. Second thing, if while you are paying for your house, right, you actually earn an interest rate from your OA account, a compound interest. So if you keep putting money into your OA and you don't use it to put into your property, the government will keep giving you a 2.5% interest. Okay, as of now it's 2.5% due 31st March 2019, but it's always floating around there. They give you a 2.5%. So you actually earn very good interest rate from your OA account. Okay, so this is the trick here is like this. But if today you use your CPF to pay for your property, there is actually an interest occurred for your property refund. Okay, so what am I talking about? Okay, it's very simple. Today, let's say I spend 200,000 CPF to pay for my my property. Okay, there's actually an interest. The interest is also 2.5%. But today, right, this interest, right, is charged to me. The amount of money that, for example, let's say 200,000 CPF used to pay my property, let's say plus interest is 250,000. This 50,000 is not what the government has given me. This 50,000 is what I need to pay back to my CPF account. So for example, if today I don't use this 200,000 CPF to pay for my house, I use 200,000 cash instead. Okay, then you will realize there is no 50,000 interest. Okay, when there's no 50,000 interest means that I will make this 50,000 in cash instead of CPF. So I earn 50,000 in cash instead of CPF. Okay, I'm not too sure if you understand. If you don't understand, just give me a call. Basically, if you don't use the money and you put in OA, right, the government actually gives you the extra 2.5%. But now if you use for property, right, the 2.5% is not what the government gives you. It's actually what is being taken from your property proceeds or from your cash payment or what you earn, that you have to put it back to your CPF. So basically you don't make an earning over there. Okay, the government don't give you money over there. The government give you money if you use cash to pay and you don't touch your OA account, and your OA account continue to grow. Okay, but anyway, just to share, I think special account and retirement account, the interests are also very high. It's I think 4 or 5%. So if you know how to manage your CPF account, you can actually earn quite a bit of money from there. Okay, that is point number 2. Okay, point number 3. Point number 3 is a very interesting thing. Okay, some people they like to be debt free. They don't want to take loan. They like to pay up their property. Okay, so I just want to touch on this, is that the calculation for bank loan is amortization calculation. So basically it's inverse proportionate, meaning that, for example, the first year you may be paying let's say you pay 2,000, you pay 1,000. Okay, so $1,000 installment that you pay on the first year, maybe 60-70% goes to interest, 30-40% goes to principal. But on the 5th year is like 60-70% goes to principal, 40% goes to interest. That's how it's work. It works inverse. Okay, it's a bit of like mathematics, a bit of accounting if you don't understand. So what is the trick is that when you take a bank loan for, like, let's say 25 years, if you sell on the number 6 years, okay, so you take a loan for 25 years, you sell on the 6th year, there's 19 year left. So if you sell on the 6th year, you realize that the 19-year interest is not being charged to you. So the interest stops on the number 6 year, the day you sell. So you don't have to continue to pay the 19 years, which for car is different. Car is when you take a 6 years loan, no matter if you pay up early or you redeem early, you still have to continue to pay the interest down the road. Okay, so this is something that is very, very different. So this is why people always encourage to like take a longer loan, so that you can actually leverage on the loan and use the money for a second property or use for something else. There is even people that rather take a mortgage loan to finance their car. Okay, so there's ways to do it. Like they call a gear up. It's like they refinance their house to take out more money. So for example, today they buy their house at 1 million, but then now the house is 1.3 million. So they can actually reloan, let's say 200,000, then take out 200,000 from their house, so their loan amount will increase. They rather use this 200,000 to go and pay up the car, because they realize that it's more worth it that way than to go and take a car loan. Okay, so it's more or less like this. It's all about maths. It's how to do it correctly so that you can save more money, you can earn more. Okay, so that's point number 3. In today's episode, we will try to keep it short, because the last 2 episodes we already have like that. For the EC is like information loading, it's very long. Then we have the foreign residence, which it's very hard to talk very fast for a project, because I just want to share with you the unique point, and I'm not going to feature like every single project in Singapore. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please, it doesn't hurt you from hitting the subscribe button. Okay, so hit the subscribe button. like my video, help me share it with your friends. Okay, thank you very much. I see you next week.